What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back with another Danmachi video today. We're once again talking about Uncharted Battlefield. Yes, we are kind of getting these out pretty quick. That's the goal, guys. But someone did have a... because I'm genuinely usually pretty bad at these. But let's go ahead and jump in. Someone asked yesterday on a video about Battle 10 for the purple team here. So let's jump in. Because I'll be real, electric units are kind of lacking. We were testing out Lead the other day, the free-to-play Lead that is dropping from raids and all that. I think he's pretty viable for your first fight, which gives you a lot of options for your second fight. So, I want to go to the Adventurers here. So, in your final fight, you've got options like Aisha, who is absolutely splendid. Finn, not the best, but I did use him, and he was viable here. So, because the team that I used for the first run actually pretty phenomenally trounced to this. So let's go ahead and jump over here. There we are. This is what I initially used, and you can see like the items and all that aren't great. I did have to level up Aisha to level 80 to get her to kind of work, but they solo run this pretty soundly. So my question to myself was, can we use the new free-to-play Lead? Because it shocked me, even though he's low level, how good he actually is. So I'm going to throw one item on him here, and we're going to run him and see how far he gets without items. Because, once again, I'm all up for the question. Now, the honest answer here is, for the final fight, if I could, I would run Artemis. And I think I usually have, to be honest, which is a deviation of our goal. Our goal is to use some kind of a non-time limited unit. And obviously, Aisha is... she fits that bill, right? So I'd rather use her for the final fight. But if you have Artemis, by all means, use her. She's really good. She's worth it. I am using Miach here because he does give a little bit of a strength boost, but he also will restore some HP. It'll be quite nice. I honestly probably should have set this guy to be strong opponent to maybe save his item. He is taking some pretty serious damage here. But I also want to emphasize, he's like level 40. And I hate to admit this, but in the last run, I did miss out on a couple of items. So I may not have enough to get him all the way up to top marks once those are available. Yes, they will probably drop just enough to get him up to level 100. Knowing aiming, if you miss out on any of these, you might be in a world of hurt. But I kind of suspect they're probably going to paywall that. Ooh. Actually, he's doing respectable. If we had some healing and maybe like a stamina upgrade or whatever, I think he could really handle that. But I'm not going to sit here and fuss around with that at the moment. I'm going to go back and rerun my Finn unit. So what I initially had planned to do was to run Finn. Oh, I didn't want to retry that. No, let's back out. Let's back out here. Retire. And we'll go to setup. Let me fix this real fast. I don't want to repeat the Otaro debacle, so today I'm going to run a unit that I know works. And I'm basically going to plan to save my Aisha unit or Aisha, whatever you want to call her, for the final fight. I think that's going to be a better option here. Now, you don't have to do this with single units. I'm not saying that by any stretch. But I'm showing you if I can do this with single units, you can almost assuredly do it with 2 or 3 of the units that you have in your repertoire. So let's go ahead and filter this down real quick by purple, since that was specifically the question at hand. Electric, obviously. So in my situation, if I could solo this with Finn, that leaves all of these units up for potentially taking on the final fight. Remember, like I said, Lead did what he did at level 30. Now, he's a special build. I don't think anybody else could really handle that situation at level 30. He is kind of built in such a way that he has most of his skills at like level 10, and then he just gets small increments as he goes up. So still quite the viable unit, even though he's fairly low level. Most people, I'll be honest, should have him level 40. Like I said, I messed up in the last raid. I took one of the upgrade items instead of the final final upgrade elements for him. So it'd be what it be. I just am going to have to probably either buy those at some point, or hopefully they put them in some kind of an exchange. But knowing gaming, they're going to put it behind a paywall. It is what it is. So, but in theory, free to play. So, like, I've got Bet here, even though he's a speed unit, would be really good. Like I said before, Artemis could soundly handle this. But Finn here with Ishtar, of all people, will actually be able to handle this pretty soundly. So, let's check this out. In fact, if I remember correctly, I think he trounced this. I think he was kind of actually slightly overqualified for this fight, if I recollect. But the reason I'm focusing on the electric team is because someone did ask about electric, and short of Artemis, the electric team does need some help still. So I want to address those concerns. All right, there you go. Come on, dude. Best part is he's got shield still. I don't know why he's taking a nap here. Just kind of, just having a little breather in the middle of the fight. It is what it is. He's still got a lot of health left. I despise that the AI waits for the assist unit to do its thing. They do just kind of like take a nap while the assist is coming out and doing their whole animation. Meanwhile, the foes are not doing that. They're just, how you doing, guy? What's going on? You standing still, but hey. But yeah, no. Finn's nap aside, see, he's handling this pretty well. I emphasize pretty well because, once again, every 30 seconds he's taking a nap. Case in point. But listen, soundly handling this. No questions asked. So I could take some scene cards off of him. I could do any number of things. But if you outfit lead just right, you probably could handle this. I would put someone on there that gives shield and things like that. That would be my recommendation. So like I said, because I don't think I covered it enough, if you go to do Battle 10, I would honestly go back to Battle 7. Try lead there, and then just, like I said, give him some endurance items, give him some vitality items, scene cards, give him an item that does shield. You should be fine. Let's move on to Battle 8. Battle 8 was another pretty simple one because we're still in the first fight, and we can save our good units for the final fight. Now, my recommendation here is if you can avoid using adventurers in these first fights, attackers in these first fights, do it. I'm using Ryu as a speed unit. Now, if I'm totally honest here, we have, win team is disgusting, but I'm gonna try not to use Festus. I'm gonna try not to use a bunch of just really crazy things. I'm literally going to try to go through this as best I can. Though, actually, I think this is the last win fight, if I recollect. But Ryu will handle it. She's all good. Being a speed unit, she's not going to output the same amount of damage, but she's getting crits all over the place, which is going to help us. And every time Seer comes up, she's going to do a little nap, but it's fine. It's fine. She's quick. She is absolutely quick. Don't let the timer fool you. 44 seconds is just to get through this little mass. And then we'll move on to the meat and potatoes, as they say. There we go. So we got like 2 minutes to beat the final boss. Now, here's my biggest recommendation. I didn't really cover it, and I'll show you in the next one. Once you get up to the Infant Dragon, and if you're trying to solo this, or you have like a main DPS that you want to take out the dragon, set them to strong enemy focus. And I'll show you how to do this on the next one. Because strong enemy focus will keep them focused on him rather than all those little problematic dudes that are just popping up everywhere. In fact, if you set everybody to strong enemy focus, they will probably soundly trounce this. So, I said, yeah. Ryu is just holding her own, but I kind of expect that. Ryu's a badass. Let's be fair, Ryu is an absolute badass. There we go. And unless I'm mistaken, I think that is the final win fight. I think it is. Let's go double check that. I mean, wind is so stacked. That is kind of its own. Yeah, that is the final win fight. So like I said, I did that with a speed unit. Granted, I did use all of the best win scene cards, but this is the moment where you want to do that. You want to like load up your units with the best scene cards you could possibly muster. Pick one good DPS. Obviously, me doing this with single units is not something I would recommend everybody try, but as I always say, if I can do this with one unit, you can easily do this with 3. No questions asked. So, moving on to Battle 9. And I'll show you guys what I was talking about here with the auto settings. So, this is the team I use for Battle 9, and let's not make no mistake, Leafia is insane. Sorry, I Americanize everything. You guys know this by now. She is nuts. These two, both Leafia and Winnie, both of them got really strong, or I think it's actually Vine because it's supposed to be German, whatever. Winnie. Sorry. America. Both of them got really substantial buffs. They don't need great stuff. You can see here I have like really low level cards on them. But what I want to do is I want to go here to auto setting and see how it says strong enemy focus. I can set them to recovery, solo, but I set them to strong enemy because then, actually, yeah, it's still there. Because then when they go to the baby dragon and they actually go to do that fight, they're not going to be running around trying to hit everything else on the field. They're not going to get distracted by all those little, itty bitty spawns, especially her because she's got a great AoE. But, those units are just a nuisance basically. So she's going to be okay. And she, while she is going to have some health issues here, Winnie's just going to come up and heal her up like crazy in a minute. Like that first little corridor there is a problem, but after her heals kick in, she's going to be all right. But she's taking some pretty serious damage here. I'm a little shocked. I expected her to be a slightly more robust, but it is because she's more of a magical attacker, and her attack is phenomenal. Unfortunately, I think the best part of her attack, the AI really doesn't know how to handle. But, this is just a testament to how good she has become. Bam. We're almost back to full health again. If she can keep the next set of foes at bay, like at that, taking, pot shots from around the corner and whatnot, she probably could get up to full health here in just a second. Yeah, she'll go into the final battle with full health, which is fantastic. Now, downside is it's the AI. She's going to just stand in pools of lava while he's just, spitting. But by and large, she got this. She got this. Break that shield, girl. There we go. One shot the shield. And standing in lava again, like I said. AI, not the smartest by any stretch of the imagination. But there you guys go. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. You see she's going to be victorious here. Not a problem. We're a little up against the timer, but I'll be honest with you guys. Even how we stand right now, if I had to rerun it, I have the utmost certainty that they're going to handle this. Health is not the issue. If anything, it's just speed and strength, or speed and magic technically, because she's not a strength unit by a long shot. But there you guys go. Easy peasy, pretty straightforward. As I always say, if I could do this with 1, you could do this with 3. So, good luck, guys. If you have any more questions, by all means, put them in the comments. We can do some builds and stuff like that. But I'm going to try to get these final builds out for you guys. We'll do the final electric fight, which some of you guys asked for. We'll do a couple other things tomorrow. But for now, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, and I'll be back soon. Real soon.